Hey, this is Tanisha. So I am continuing with the abstract challenge where I'm making 100 abstract paintings, and the goal is to learn from the process more so than complete it. So here on my screen, the challenge for this week is to create an abstract with words. So I went in Canva and I started to create what you see here. So I'm going to utilize some of the words and the different things I create in Canva in the painting I printed out on a laser printer. So I started off with collage because this was about words. So I thought I would start with some different books that I bought really cheap at, as you can see, half price bookstore. And I just started placing the collage pretty much anywhere. I didn't have a plan or anything, just the goal was to just get something on here to get started. And I knew that possibly by the end of this painting, I might not see any of these papers that I'm putting on here. But anyways, it's really good to start with collage, and it's so easy because this book has words in it, so that goes with the challenge. And like I said, the challenge today is to make an abstract with words. So if you haven't caught the first or the beginning of this challenge, this is the second out of 100 abstract paintings. Definitely check out my previous video where I start the challenge and perhaps follow it. I think it'll be interesting, and I feel like so many people can learn from this process. I know I'm learning as I go through it because it's about experimenting. It's about trying new things and not being afraid to do that, not getting stuck and thinking about the finished or the end of what's to come. So throughout this challenge, I feel like I'm just having a lot of fun. I'm learning a lot about the process. So here I started to get into some mark making, which is always a lot of fun. I decided to use some of my Cray-Pas, which I rarely ever use. And I'm planning to change that up and use these a lot more. And because it's just a lot of fun. I love these colors. I have a lot more colors than what you see on the screen, but it's just a lot of fun to use all the different materials. So here I started to go ahead and incorporate some paint. I really, just like with the previous abstract art, I really didn't have a plan for what colors I plan to use. I just decided to go into it and just let it be an intuitive process, I guess you could say. Sometimes I think it's better that way. So yeah, this is a lot of fun, and I'm really surprised at the end how it comes out. So here I am, I'm still continuing just painting and adding to it and trying to figure out where I want to go. The goal here in my mind is to just keep focused on playing. It's so easy to start thinking and start trying to make decisions on, what is the composition? Is it right? Are people's eyes going to go around the painting correctly? Again, I had to remind myself throughout this process that this is not about completing a painting. It's about learning from the process. And I feel like what I'm learning is that we gotta really, when we're working on abstract paintings, we gotta really learn how to stay. There's different stages to it. In the beginning, there's the play stage where you're just getting things down on paper, having fun. Then the next stage is you start to think, you start to say, okay, I like this part of it, I don't like this part of it, and you try to start to edit it. But I find myself always trying to get too deep into the thinking before I'm done playing. And I think what this is teaching me is that I really have to learn how to play and to not think as much, especially in the beginning. And so as I started to go through this, I started to get really frustrated. I was like, oh, it's not looking right. I don't know where it's going. And again, I reminded myself I'm thinking too much. Abstract painting and art should be fun. And yes, there's a point where you have to start thinking, but I usually tend to do that a little bit too soon. So I really like how this is slowing me down, and it's helping me to learn where I need to take breaks. And it even got to the point where I was kind of so frustrated with it that I said, I'll come back to this another day. And to be honest with you, when I came back, I was loving what I saw. And as we move forward, you'll get to see the end of this painting. So here we are at the point where I'm thinking, what is going on? This is a mess. I hate it. I kept adding layers and layers of paper and words, and then I covered up those words, and I'm thinking, okay, I'll keep covering up all the words that I put down. This is supposed to be about words. And I thought, I don't know what I'm doing, and I was mixing up some colors. I don't even know if I was really paying attention to what I was mixing. I'm just like mixing and going and throwing things at it. And at this point I was like, okay, I think I'm done. I'm tired. And this is where I just went home and, left the studio and went home. So I come back the next day and I said, okay, let's add some more collage. I found this yellow piece of collage I had made, and it was perfect for this piece. I mean, it looks so good. And it was funny because I was so frustrated. I didn't know where this was going, but right here, I'm like, this is good. This is really looking good. So I go ahead and I glue this down, and I kept thinking to add some blue to it. So eventually here I'll add some blue, which kind of looks maybe more purpley blue maybe. I did that with my finger. As you can see, it's a color that I actually mixed up weeks ago. Something just told me to add that in, and I really like the effect that gave. It did come out purplish, but it looks really good. Then I thought, well, this is supposed to be about words, so I'm like, I need to add more words to it. So I thought to start writing with Posca pens. So you'll see that soon. As you can see here I go with the white Posca pen. I do wish it was a little bit of a brighter white color, but then again, I think the yellow had started to become the focal point. And here's where I want to share a tip. Sometimes when I get towards the end of a painting, I'm thinking, I don't want to mess this up. Let me just try a few things. And so what I do is I get out this clear paper and I just run a test. And I'm not sure why the screen is shaky. Hopefully it's really weird. I took my camera off, but it's really shaking, so I apologize for that. But anyways, I take a piece of clear, it's called Dura-Lar. And what I like about it is that you can write over it you can see through it and write over it without affecting your artwork. And I wrote there and I was like, oh, that looks kind of nice. But then I thought, oh, that's competing with the yellow part of the painting. So I tried a few different sizes and I decided to go with a smaller writing. Again, this was not about finishing, but I find myself trying to finish anyway. I just can't help myself. And it's still not finished, but I feel like I ended at a great point. I learned quite a bit. I think in this painting, I can say I learned that I have to learn how to play and not have to try to get to the thinking stage too soon. I really just have to take my time, allow the process to take its place. Again, I really love starting off this painting with any color and not caring what color it was, just starting out. And I like how some of it just came through in the end. I really like that. So I think that's definitely going to be something that's a part of my process going forward. I really love the words in my abstract painting, so I can see myself continuing to add words and numbers and different things like that. So I really had a lot of fun learning about words, and I love the texture that's in here from the collage paper. So there was just so many things that I learned, and I learned that it's so important to just step back and take a break. Sometimes we just have to take a break. Trying to do this in one day is not always a good thing, and it can be very frustrating and the results may not be great. So with that being said, I really enjoy this process. I really hope you enjoy the video, and if you have any questions about this process, definitely let me know. And there's definitely a little bit more here to the video, so I'm gonna go ahead and let you watch that. And if you really like what you're seeing and would like to continue to follow this journey, please subscribe. Please like the video if you like what you're seeing as well, and push that bell so that you can be notified of my upcoming uploads, because I'm going to go ahead and share more of these abstract paintings. Again, I don't know if I'm going to share every one, but I'm going to share the good and the bad no matter what. Even if I don't share every one of the 100, I'm going to show bad ones as well. I think in a sense, none of these are complete, so they're probably all bad, but I really look forward to sharing the journey with you, because I hope during this process you learn something as well and that it helps you. So again, if you have any questions, let me know, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the video. And I definitely invite you to also join me over at KAYTIA.co, KAYTIA.co. If you'd like to join my mailing list and just keep updated, I'll keep you updated on things to come. Pretty soon here, I'm going to have a live art walk. So if you're in Dallas, you're going to be able to visit my studio, and I'd love to meet you all. So anyways, enjoy the rest of the video.